Okay, so there's a level. Oh, I leveled up to 80 by accident. I was just doing so. I just queued for a trial, and I forgot I was on my dancer. And at the end of the trial, I was level 80. So now I am maximum level. I still don't have any gear, so it's exactly the same. I do have the final skill, which is like this. It keeps going, and it charges my gauge if I'm in battle, but it doesn't do anything else. So, yeah. That's good to use in the transition phases to charge up your Esprit bar. But yeah, I now fully switched to the Red Mage. I'm trying to level it up as much as possible. It's level 76 already, so if between here and the next time I stream the main story I manage to get to level 77, we can actually continue the story with the Red Mage and get the levels we need, you know, get XP for this class instead of wasting it. It would be silly to just play Dancer and waste the XP, right? So yeah, I say we start with the Ridoran, or Ivalice, I should say, questline. Because it's usually the one with the long dialogues, so... Also, I have this, like, peacock feather now on my head. I don't know why. Anyway, teleporting to the Koganadori markets. If I can find them. There we go. Yeah, Red Mage is okay. So far it's okay. Once it got back to me, especially once you get the upgraded version of Aura of Thunder for the finisher of the combo, it's actually much better. It has a much better flow. Another adventure under our belt, eh? Masquerade? I'd best put pen to page before the details fade. Lazalia, now go. One would think our discovery is more than sufficient to prove the Lexentale's claims, at least with regard to Ivalice's existence. But something tells me that until Genomis has proof that his ancestors were not the heretics the Church painted them to be, he will not rest. And then there is the curious case of Ramza, that almost throws him one moment, all sister dearest the next. It was like a different person where we came to, yet I seem to be alone in wondering exactly what happened to him back at the lighthouse. If you ask this lady, he must have taken quite some bump to the head when he fell. Well, actually, I think he's been replaced by someone else by the Aura Sight power. Then again, it didn't take him long to turn back to his spiteful little self, so all's well that ends well. Sure. Greetings, salutations, Asquith. I suppose you're wondering whether or not the good Genomis has finally determined where in the world our next adventure is to take us. Well, kinda. The good news is he has. The bad news, however. Now, while it is not my nature to be sensationalist, sensationalism is in my job description, so please bear with me when I tell you not all is right aboard the airship Lexentale. Something about Alma has me deeply worried. I would not trust this information in the hands of my publisher, let alone some sullen gate guard. Shall we continue our conversation on the Prima Vista? Okay. What is happening? Something wrong? Something wrong with Alma, maybe? I mean, I would have thought something was wrong with Ramza. Oh god, they kept the Moguls. The question is then, where exactly did Ramza and his fellowship journey next? Hello. Ah, Ascaret. To what do we owe this unexpected visit? I had not planned on summoning you for another several turns of the sun. I apologize if we have caused you any worry. I suppose one cannot allow the reporter in the midst and not expect her to report what she sees. Though I did expect a tad more discretion from Miss Murilla. Alma has, as of late, been experiencing difficulties with her health. Chirurgeons have been called upon to discern what exactly is that ails her, but as far as they can tell, there is nothing physically wrong with my sister. The consensus is the rigors of an extended stay in a foreign land have taken their toll on the fragile heart. That's bullshit. Ascaret, when did you... And she's dead. Okay. Alma! I'm fine, brother. Are you, though? It is obvious you are not. You must return to your chambers and rest. Forgive me. Perhaps you shall speak again once I regain my strength. Until then, please look after my father. Is this little shit poisoning her or something? Now then, where were we? Ah, yes, the matter of our next expedition. The final expedition. As we discovered during our most recent foray into the Easter Sands, the Dalmascan capital of Rabanastre appears to lie upon the ruins of what can only be the the real city of Lazalia, ancient capital of the lost kingdom of Ivalice. Shortly after, we stumble across remnants of the legendary clockwork city of Gao, cleverly repurposed into a lighthouse overlooking the Ridorana cataract, remnants which now sit suspended above the fathomless chasm. Lazalia, Gao. What have they in common, you ask? I shall tell you. They both appear in my ancestors' account of the rise of Ivalice, the Durai papers. And with each new discovery, this forbidden chronicle is now proving Ivalician legend to be more fact than fairy tale. There is no denying the proof, and it is but a matter of time before scholars and historians from across the realm come to the same conclusions. But as you are all aware, my aim has never been to simply prove the existence of Ivalice. No, I shall not rest till I have revealed the truth of young Ramses' role in King Delita's ascension, and cleared my ancestors Oran Durai of the false accusation made against him by the Church. Should we not see to Alma first? Like, that seems pretty important. Kugana's chirurgeons would have us believe she is in no immediate danger, as her illness is not on the body but on the mind. To borrow the words, her spirit is in a state of unbalance and merely requires time to right itself. Right. Alma will be fine as long as she remains in bed. The last thing she needs is any further excitement, especially at the paws of these meddlesome mole bats. Those two things? Though I must admit, both Mont Blanc and his brother have proven more useful than I would ever dared to imagine. When it comes to usefulness, I am first in the field. Oh, was it furious in the field? Would you like to feel my fur, Koopa? No, we would not. And you wonder why Ramses despise you so, brother? They do all the work and all you do is jest, Koopa. Ah, but you are mistaken, Hurdy. I bet neither you nor your brother any ill will. Okay, this guy is definitely knowing himself. Any further ill will, that is. If anything, I owe you my thanks for your recent contributions. That is not right. His thanks? Are you hearing what I'm hearing? What happened to the venom spitting adder we all used to know and hate? I don't know, beats me. I must certainly seemed pleased with the change, but forgive me for not buying into this all too convenient transformation. Simply showing the world that Ivalice actually existed will not validate the claims chronicled in the dry papers. That is correct, Father. The key lies with Ramsas Beowulf. Beowulf? Beowulf. If you can find evidence of this hidden role in history, it will prove Oren's testimony true and safeguard our family name from ridicule. Which is why I turned the focus of my research to the latest forgotten companion and his actions during the War of the Lions. It was only then I discovered something most intriguing. An underlying struggle with an unknown force, a force with the power to bring about calamitous ruin. Wasn't his Zodiarch involved? Oracite, twisted abomination we encountered in both Lesalia and Gao, the Lucavi. They are born of these unholy crystals. While nobles of the north and south squabbled over Ivalice's crown, Ramsas silently sought to rid the world of darker evil. Evil manifests from the deepest desire of men and women, whose mind had fallen prey to the Oracite. Was that the plot of Final Fantasy Tactics? I don't actually remember, it's been so long. It's been literally more than 20 years since I played that game. And with each confrontation the Ramsar Fellowship grows smaller. Countless companions lost to a cause that would go unwritten, yet was far more important than any clash of armies. And so did they endure until reaching the final destination, the Orban Monastery. Oh, I know this one. The Orban Monastery is where the Princess of Valia was raised. There's a scene about it in the Zodiac Brave story. After Deletus emerged victorious in his final campaign, he married a princess to legitimize his claim to the throne of Ivalice. I see someone has been paying attention. But I don't understand, why would Ramsas crusade against the Lucavi take him back there? Wasn't Delita evil? I remember Delita being the bad man. According to the Durai paper, the sinister being who engendered the Oracite was said to have slumbered beneath the monastery. But who or what would have the means to create something so powerful? Ultima, the High Seraph. Ultima? You mean the Alag weapon I already destroyed? A Seraph? What's Seraph? Seraphs are believed by some to be servants of the gods, divine beings whose only purpose is to carry out the will of their immortal masters. As to whether or not Ultima can claim this title, however, I cannot say. Just as there were those who chose to worship Ultima and her otherworldly might, there were equally as many who feared the Visitor and her deadly magics, often referring to her as the Angel of Blood for the carnage left in her wake. Interesting. What if this spell Asgard claims to have experienced in the Praetorium, coincidentally also called Ultima, was in fact the elegant interpretation of the very magics introduced to Hydaelyn by the High Seraph? Oh, that could be. But that would mean... what would that mean? I've spoken with several colleagues back in Sharlayan regarding their opinion on the ancient incantation, and while they yet have little to show for their research, they all agree on one thing. The manner in which Ultima ethereally manifests should not be possible, at least on Hydaelyn. So it would naturally make sense if we discovered that the Elegants learned the spell from a being not of this dimensional plane. As to exactly how they convinced the being to impart the knowledge onto them. Not of this plane? What manner of creature are we talking about here? Do you think it's gonna be a Sin Eater or something like that? Likely one similar to Omega. Hey Sid. Were you just out listening? Like, how did you come here saying exactly what How long have you been listening from the shadows, my friend? Long enough? I'm here to deliver the item Mikoto requested. Sid, there was no need for you to deliver it personally. A Moogle would have sufficed. A Moogle? I trusted he won't tear open the package and show it to some random adventurer. No, this was far too important. If you two do not mind, the principal was about to tell us how to find the Orbon Monastery. Would that I could. You don't know? Then what have we been doing here? At ease, Lady Murilla. The Duray papers speak of a cataract situated on the river Zirchile, several leagues southeast of Rabanasser. There supposedly lies the monastery. Zirchile is not a name you will find on any modern Dalmascan map. Rivers, however, especially ones as large as that is established to be, are rare in a nation more than half claimed by the sand. The river we seek can only be that which bisects Golmor on the Naxian border. So many words. For that invaluable information, we owe thanks to our brothers Moogle. The travel had made them veritable authorities on Dalmascan geography. Wait, earlier you claimed you didn't know the monastery whereabouts? I'm confused. Its location is not what concerns me, but perhaps the Moogles themselves should explain. Okay. Why, certainly. That verdant valley of vines and vipers to where we must voyage next is home to the Viera. And therein lies our little problem. The one thing the Viera do not suffer is trespassers. Not even lovable Moogles, Kupo. Is it the bunny ladies? Our glamours kept us hidden long enough to see the jungle was teeming with ruins, much like those we discovered in Lesalia and Gao. But the Viera trackers eventually found us and took us before their elders. We barely escaped with our palms, Kupo. So that is why we are still here talking instead of bound for the border. There are Viera who have spurned the strict code of the tribes, abandoning their people to come and live in the cities of Dalmasca. Finding and recruiting one to our cause might provide us with insight into how to reach Orbon Monastery ruins. Unfortunately, the nation's current turmoil has not made it easy to accomplish this task. We still require more time. So the Vieras are the bunny ladies, by the way. Except, you know, in the other world they're called the V's. In this world they're called the Viera. Before boarding the shuttle here, I was stopped by a Banga on the docks. He asked me if I knew an Askarat Vexia and bid I deliver him a message. I told him he was welcome to accompany me to the Prima Vista, so he might deliver the message himself, but the man refused. Okay. Mikoto, I saw this device crafted to your exact specification, but cannot guarantee that it will function as intended, seeing as I had nary a subject to test it on. The hell is that? Of course, Master Sid. If any trouble is met, then most likely it is my design that is to blame. And now he stabs the boy in the forehead. Your confidence in my craftsmanship is flattering, but you sell yourself too short, my dear. Here's to your success. A good day. Interesting. So what was that? Mikoto? I sense that you are interested in the package she delivered. I have every intention to apprise you of its contents, but first I believe we should speak of Alma's condition. Do you not find her illness all too timely? Genomics and Ramsey would like to believe that her her bouts of vertigo are not but a result of a mind fatigued, but the answer is clear. It is the aura side that plagues her. Alma recently confided in me that she would hear her father speaking with the Otius well before even his first foray into Rabanasser. However, I do not think this is entirely true. Which is not to imply that Alma is trying to deceive us. I think she saw something that led her to believe her father was conversing with the Auracite. Moreover, I suspect it was the Auracite itself that granted her this vision. You recall my hypothesis on distinct frequency NRR type harmonic vibrations and the tendency to promote ethereal amplification? Yes, I'm an expert at this point. When I mentioned that despite being in the principal's possession for an extended period, the Otius exhibited none of the imprinting present on the Duma? No? The Otius has never resonated with Genomis. It has always been his wife pendant and its Auracite shard, the Virgo, that fueled his passion for Ivalice. No, the Otius is bound to Alma's deepest desires, whatever those may be. The only reason I can fathom that Alma has not fallen victim to the Auracite's grasp is that her desires are not as strong as those we have witnessed in Argath or Bagamnon. That and their ethereal interference caused by other nearby shards. I've explained all of this to Alma and recommended she destroys the necklace, yet not only did she refuse, but she begged me to keep this revelation from her father. That's not good. So what do we do? How do we fix it? And so I did the only thing I could. I devised a means with which I might impede, or at least lessen, the effect of the Otius. This device, while still incomplete, will amplify the NRR wavelengths emitted by the Virgo. This should work to interfere with those emitted by the Otius, thereby shielding Alma from the burn of their effect. Sorry, the brunt of their effect. Okay. Uh-oh. The city below is all abuzz with words of a banga brigand loitering above the airship landing. Do you think it could be someone we know, Kupo? Yeah, it's a grey crocodile dude. There's a quest in here? For clusters. Interesting. What is happening down here? There he is. Woggy. Apologies, but I needed to speak with you, and you alone. Oh, don't mind me, Kupo. I'll just be floating over here in perfect earshot. What makes you think I won't lay you low right here, right now? Because we're here to offer you a proposition. That's what? We need information on the Golmore jungle. And there are men as well traveled as you might be persuaded to provide some. Thought. Golmore. You all creatures should know that is Viera land. What are you offering then? Why the opportunity to tell us what you know? Genomis believes our next adventures lie beneath the jungle canopy, Kupo. I should have expected as much. Very well. I came to ask if you would meet someone. Now it seems that someone may be able to assist Genomis as well. Hey, Panda. Seeing as you and the principal did right by us before, I do not see a reason why I cannot take both of you. Okay. Let me know when you're ready to depart from the Monastery. We will travel in our airship. The Prima Vista will draw too much unwanted attention. Okay. Oh, we're going on a journey. Look at this. With the Bangas. Back to a life of brigandry in the clouds, are we? Of course not. Not that it didn't cross our minds. But when faced with the decision of what to do next, we needed simply to remember the dying words of our leader. Gijuk Rinok and I decided to re-enlist as Dalmascan Fusilier. Oh, nice. And the occupying Guardians actually said yes, Cooper? Not exactly. We are now with the Resistance. Oh, good for you guys. You no doubt heard of the uprising in Dalmasca that followed the Doman liberation, and how it was crushed at the iron heel of the 4th Legion. Yeah, I was there, I did that. The resistant leaders were captured, tortured and publicly executed. Yet much of the Empire's charging, the gruesome display only served to further rally the survivors. Remove 1 head and 2 grow back in its place. Remove 2 and then there's 4. A person can die, but an ideal will live on. Now there exist several factions throughout Dalmasca. We belong to one known as the Lentesteers. And when we told our commanding officer of our recent crossing with you and yours, she simply insisted that we introduce you. Me? But I wasn't even supposed to be here, Cooper. No one is talking to you, Montblanc. Oh, you hairball. Him. But with the general and hear her proposal, Ascarid. If you're not interested, we shall return you to Kugane unharmed. You ever... Curl got your tongue? Robonasa did the head, lads. What happened? Why did he... stop speaking like that? Did he feel something? Hear something? That was weird. This way. We're many moms to cover before nightfall. Okay. So this is the place where we've done the first raid. In the aqueducts. Holy hell, lady, you need some clothes. I've done as asked. I bring you the Liberator. And here I thought he'd be taller. Why does everybody keep saying that? Stop, that's rude. I knew it. Viera. I'm Fran, proud daughter of Dalmasca and General of Lentesteers. And yes, Moogle, I am a Viera. Are you surprised? Why, yes, in fact, I am. Her kind are all supposed to be living among the trees, having shunned contact with the other worlds, Kupo. There are supposedly a few who have left their homes, but I most certainly did not expect to see one here in the sewer. Indeed. This Banga claims he's sick Orbon. Does he speak true? Yes. Those ruins lie deep within the Golmo jungle, a place most sacred to my sisters. They would take great offense were you to defile it with your presence. What is more, Boggy tells me you travel with the Garleans, openly aiding those who would see our nation burn. How can we place our trust in one who would do such? Well, Genomics and his family defected long ago. They're not our enemy. My blade has tasted the blood of too many Garleans to count, says the psychopath in me. And I enjoyed it too. No, Genomics defected, you know. Garlean is a Garlean. The pathetic attempt at absolution only proves their past guilt. You misunderstand. Kind Genomics does not approve of the Emperor's warmongering. He wants to help Dalmasca and its impoverished masses, Kupo. What would a Moogle know about my people? Does your blood run Dalmascan red? We could cut you open and find out. General, there is no need for threats. You're right, Boggy. Let us then parley. Parley? Parley? Can we stop saying the word? It's becoming weird. First, the resistance requires men and women from the Orsian and Eastern alliances to join us in ridding Dalmasca of its imperial invaders. Right? Your past deeds have made you well known to the leaders of both. They will listen to you. If not, they will listen to these scions to which you claim allegiance. I mean, I am a scion. Second, the resistance requires gold. Gold to strengthen our forces from within. Your allies are in bed with East Aldernan Trading Company, which continues its dealings with Garlemald even as you raise your sword against them, profiting from the Emperor's rampant aggression. As targets of that aggression, I believe my people are entitled to a portion of those profits. Grant me these simple things, and I shall personally guide you safely to the ruins. Oh yeah, you just want men and money. What of the Lexentails? See me to victory and I'll take the Emperor himself. Those are my conditions. What say you? I mean... Promise me my companions will see no harm. Okay, I will deliver your request to the Science, but I can promise no more. Tell them my demands, but know the fate of your expedition hangs on how well you do so. I'd say we have our work cut out for us, Kupo. Woggy, you and the Fusiliers are to accompany the Liberator. I expect a detailed report on how my demands are received. Yes, General. And General, put on some goddamn clothes. Good God. Not that I expect them to be taken seriously. You're a fool to trust them, Princess. Away! What an adventure, Kupo! Just think, by tomorrow we could all be the newest members of the Dalmascan Resistance. Not that I'm ready to give up my place in the Prima Vista just yet. Hurry, hurry! If I don't tell someone our adventure quick, I'll positively burst. Kupo, oh please. Just a burst, then. Who do I speak to? Ramza? Oof. This woman asks much of us. The Vieira have ever been wary of outsiders. For centuries their many tribes have remained hidden in the jungles, content with their self-imposed solitude. Each tribe has its own strict code and will meet swift punishment to any who will defy these laws. As such, many a Vieira will spend their entire life bound to the territory of their ancestors, both unwilling and unable to venture beyond its borders. And while the tribes are wholly independent, they have agreed to uphold a single standard: shun all contact with the outside world unless it's to protect the jungle. That said, with every generation there are those Vieira who long for a life beyond the verdant sea of trees and abandon the tribes to start a new life in the kingdom cities. My guess is that this Fran is one such individual, who also happens to be the only individual we know of that can guide us to the monastery, Kupo. It seems that Asuka's sword arm won't be enough to see us through this predicament. You'll need to don the right mantle of a diplomat if we're to convince the Alliance and the Eastern Alderaan Trading Company to grant us aid. What could go wrong? Wait, I'm not a good diplomat. I kill people. And monsters. And gods. Hello? Sorry, I had a phone call. I don't know who did that. Probably Tataru. Hello? There's another one. It's Hancock. Yes, yes, I know you said not to call us unless it was urgent, but this is urgent. Alright, not exactly, but my superiors have come to a decision on your request, and I thought you might want to hear what they had to say. Oh, and let me preempt any request for immediate disclosure with a reminder that the information is much too sensitive to discuss over Linkburn. Meet me at the Ruby Bazaar, post-haste, and shall duly appraise you or their judgment. Okay, who's gonna come with me? Well then, what are we waiting for? Okay. Are you coming with me, Murilla? I've read about how you united the Holy Eorzea under a single standard and convinced the Holy See to end 1,000 years conflict. Compared to that, asking for a few soldiers on a coffer or three should be a piece of roller and berry cake. I suppose we should inform Waggin down at Kugana's Landing. You mentioned he was to keep an eye on us. Yeah, sure. Alright, so it's me, Murilla, and Woggy. Cool. That's not Woggy. So you have an answer from the Eastern Aldenord already. Impressive. It would seem the Lady Fran has underestimated your influence among the realm's players. I assume you have no objections in me joining you then? No? Sure. I feel like before we stop for tonight, I want to mix it up a little. So we're gonna go to talk to this guy and then we move on to the other quests as well. I want to get some of that, you know? Gonna have to talk to Gembu, the turtle? Hancock awaits us at the bazaar. Shall we? Yeah. Alright. Ah, there he is. My man, Hancock. A lovely lady in a banger. Yeah, I was expecting you would be alone. But excuse my manners. I'm Hancock, representative of the East Aldenard Trading Company, assigned to oversee her assets here in Kugane. It is a pleasure to meet you. Is it really though? Oh, wow, okay. And I am Yugiri. We apologize for making you come all this way. What are you doing here, Yugiri? I guess they want the support from Doma, so... Not that it is far from the landing to, Okay. Woggy, was it? I serve Lord Hien, rightful ruler of Doma. I have come bearing our nation's reply to your entreaty. And I am Tatarutaru of the Science of the Seven Dawn, and I am only here seeing as no one else could be bothered. Well, that and to bear a message from the leaders of the Alliance. Thank you both for coming. I am Woggy, formerly of the Dalmascan Royal Fusiliers. Now I claim allegiance to Lentesteers, a resistance group seeking to accomplish what you have in Doma and Alamigo. What tidings have you brought us? Allow me to begin then. While the East Aldenard Trading Company sympathizes with your plight, we are not in a position to grant you the funding you seek. I mean, that was to be expected. As you are aware, the East Aldenard Trading Company prides itself in its neutrality, being no matter political or personal. And what of your relationship with yours in Alliance? Ah yes. What I meant to say was, here in Ingashi, the East Aldenard Trading Company prides itself in its neutrality, be it in matter political and, You must understand our position. Simply supplying coin to any one group will make it appear that we somehow favor that group over another. Seeing as we conduct business openly and fairly with everyone, doing such would be sending the wrong message, and ultimately harm profits. Yes. And by selling to both sides, you maximize profit while good men and women perish. How convenient. That is what they do. We are a business, milady. We do what we must to survive. That does not mean, however, we are blind to the needs of our customers and or our allies, which is why we support the Eorzean Alliance and their noble efforts to safeguard the realm's freedom through a mutually beneficial arrangement. If it were my choice, I would provide your little resistance with all the funding it needs, but as my good friend Askeret knows all too well, it is not my choice. It's freaking Lolo Rito. Can we spare some money? Well, now the Hanks has thoroughly lowered your spirit, you won't be as crestfallen when I inform you that yours in Alliance will also be unable to provide any assistance. Let me guess, you did everything in your power to try and convince the leaders of each city-state, only to watch as they politely declined our proposal, claiming an unfortunate lack of intelligence or resources. I mean, that's how it works usually. Wait, how did you... Lord the Incense's greetings to you and yours. Having recently found strength through a newly formed alliance with our neighboring nations, Duma is open to further welcoming like-minded organization. This includes our Dalmascan brothers and sisters still suffering under the Imperial yoke. However, all that is that the latest attempt of reclaiming your kingdom ended in failure, resulting in the loss of countless lives, including many of their resistant leaders. You are not mistaken. Our army is not what it once was. Jesus. Those remaining have been forced to take refuge deep beneath the streets of Rabanastre. The 4th Legion has already defeated you once. Lacking unity and leadership, the current resistance will not survive another tilt against the Empire's disciplined ranks. I don't think I can speak for much longer, guys. If Doma is to join hands with Dalmasca as an ally, you must first prove to us that you will stand as one. Doma as a full-fledged ally would serve far better than strengthening our cause than a few temporary soldiers. Yet even if we were able to wrest Dalmasca from the Empire's grasp, without unity amongst your people, the resulting chaos could prove even more perilous to the kingdom. You understand much of our situation. And based on that understanding, you would refuse your aid to Lentesteers, am I correct? Do not mistake me, Lord. Hien's refusal is but a message to help you plan your next step. You have a wise master. You understand that without proper planning, driving one enemy from your midst simply creates room for the next. Lady Fran would no doubt be pleased to hear that your response was exactly what she expected. What do you mean? You knew this whole time that your demands would be rejected, yet you still let his farce play out? You have my apologies. This was all necessary to prove an important point to our leader. Well, they're leaving. Lady Fran needed to show the princess just exactly what she was getting herself into, and your honesty today will serve us better than any hollow promise. Thank you. The princess? Wait, what about the Golmo jungle? Don't look at me. Can you believe this? We're back to where we started. Principal Genomis will not be pleased. Well, I mean, we tried. Well, I mean, we have to board that place again, but we'll not do that. We will actually move to here. I forgot where we're at with the other quest. That's a Prima Vista. And those are all quests. I don't think I actually have a quest. May need to go there and get it. Oh, I remember where it is now. It's in Tamimazu. We left it there. I remember now. Tamimazu? Tamamizu. There you go. That one. Yeah, I remember now. It's this one. Look at Mini Ballo. Tiniest Dark Knight ever. Can you believe this little one is a tank slaying gods and whatnot? Look at that sword. It's like a toy. That is supposed to be a two-handed sword. It's like a dinner knife or something. Steak knife. Kind of you to pay us a visit, Asgard. Now I need not summon you. But a moment ago, a certain surly cat returned with another missive addressed to you. See for yourself. Alright. Brave adventurer who stood fast and quelled the raging Garamitama of my comrade Byako. The time has come for you to return to the temple. I presume the auspices have need of you? Alright, give my regards to Soroban. Will do. Where, how do I get out? Oh, did you see the third dog? I got it. I got it yesterday? Today? It's a blue doggo. With a much darker red... I don't even know what those are. Like flames? Alright, so where are we going? It's, oh yeah, there's a cat at the entrance there. Welcome back, Ikus. Got a new couch and ottoman today. It's so much more comfortable than the last one. Last one was a torture device. They do turn into torture devices after a while. Yes. We bought online based on it being cute? Never again. Oof. Yeah. I feel like I probably wouldn't even need a couch. It's one of those things that I always thought was like unnecessary for me. But I guess like people expect a couch if you walk into a house? I don't know. Well met, Asgard. Well met. But wait. Where's the little urchin girl? She's busy. Probably. It would be remiss of us to proceed without her, would it not? Why not summon her with that trinket of yours, the Link Pearl? Alright, fine, I'll call her. Tataru? We need you here. Hello, Asgard, is that you? Right now? Well, if you insist. Alright. Wondrous things, these Link Pearls. Now then, let's wait until our friend arrives. If you single enough friends over don't like to lounge on an imperfect lounger, don't really need one. See, even when I'm like at friends' houses, we never sit on couches. We're always like, I don't know, around a table or like drinking or just, you know, stuff like that. Ask her, Genbu. Good of you to join us, little urchin girl. You mostly stand at friends' places, right? Yeah. I mean, depends what we were doing, but... yeah, there is such a thing as running a joke into the ground. It pleases me to inform you that thanks to your assistance with his training, Sorban's strength has grown by leaps and bounds. Ere long we may count him among our most formidable warriors. Where is he? Engrossed in a very special exercise, I'm afraid. Trust me when I say he would not want to see him in his current state. Oh, working up a sweat, no doubt. Glad to hear it. Table for board games? Yeah, exactly. One of my friends had this ginormous, like, table. Put like a bunch of chairs around it, and we used it to play, like, board games. And if we were to play, like, you know, tabletop RPGs and stuff like that, we would just go on the kitchen table and sit around the table. That's all. But I called you here not to discuss our Kojin friend. The wards have grown weaker, presaging Koryu's inevitable escape. Before he breaks free, the Four Lords must marshal their strength. And so I must entreat you to quell the raging Aramitama of a dear comrade once more. A fight, is it? That's where our Wars of Light shines. Who's his opponent? See for yourself. She should be joining us shortly. Oh, she. Suzaku. The Phoenix. Yep. Damn. Okay. It has been too long, elder brother. Several 100 years by my reckoning. Am I to assume you have kept your silent vigil all this time, Suzaku? Let us not speak of such things. You bade me come hither for another purpose. That I did. Koryu's worlds grow weaker by the day, and the calamity he would visit upon us draws nigh. The Four Lords must join their strength together once more. And to that end, this warrior would unburden my tortured soul. Just so. His is a power far surpassing that of mortal men. He is heir to the legacy of Tenzin. Brother, how dare you compare this creature to the shining paragon of virtue, of kindness? You sully his memory. How dare you? You don't even know me. And you don't think yourself is equal? Is better? Then I will put you to the proof, and when you fall, it will be a fate most deserved. Turn back if you would not have it be so, or join me in misery. I'll join you. I'll fuck you up. Compared to Byaku, she seems much more angry. The Aramitama feeds upon her grief and fuels her rage. Yet she mourns a love lost, but it is not my place to speak. Go to her and learn the truth of her heart. Alright. That looks like a fun fight. She's right here. You crave battle then? Even if it brings you your death? Out of duty, you pit yourself against enemies ever stronger, without hesitation, without fear. You muster your courage and... No, you are not even a pale shadow of his glory. There was but one man fit to wear the mantle of a hero, and he has long since passed from this world. She was in love with Tenzin, maybe? If so, the Ruby Sea will be consumed by Koryu's fiery judgment, and we, her sworn protectors, will have failed in our duty. Is Tenzin's memory so sacred that you would doom this land out of spite? Hey, Byaku. Oh, Byaku, do you not see? Before I called you brother, I was but a bird who loved a man. Perhaps that was all I ever meant to be, for I can brook no replacement at my side or in my heart, not so easily as you. Have you forgotten his final moments? How he fought and died to defeat Koryu? How he sacrificed himself before our very eyes? How dare you ask me that? Every detail is forever seared in my mind's eye. a blackened scar upon my soul. How could I possibly forget? Nor should you. Nor will I forget every day we spent together on the road. But to exalt the past over the present, to live life in mourning and never move on, is to dishonor his memory. Word. How dare you speak to me of dishonor? You would have opened your home to this pretender. I see him plainly, how he has wormed his way into your hearts, mimicking Tenzin's manner, cloaking himself in his scent, seeking to supplant Tenzin in our minds. Listen to yourself, my sister. The Aramitama has driven you to see Oni in shadows. Let it be quelled before your soul is forever lost. Only Tenzin will I entrust my soul. Only his love will I accept. Let me help you. Just dude, seriously. He said, oh Tenzin, very well, but I will brook no delay. I will await you in the depths, in my place of mourning, and when it's ended, I shall mourn you too. That is probably right. Forgive her, Askrit. She is yet consumed by your failure to save Tenzin all those years ago. Her regret is a festering wound. The love she bore him gave her strength once. Alas, through the Aramitama has found purchase in her soul, it feeds on her grief and despair. It's plain that your presence troubles her as well. She senses your blessing, and it reminds her of him. There were moments when she looked on you with a fire in her eyes. It's fine. When she gives herself to the Aramitama, she may surrender to her delusions as well. If so, do not be alarmed by what she says. She stand fast and free her from her torment. Don't worry, I got this. I did this for you, I'll do it for her. Be warned, she commands many powers, including the ability to manipulate the geomantic currents. Only by remaining observant you will survive. Uh-oh. Me observant? Okay. Hell's Gear is now accessible. Wait, right now? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. I don't think we're gonna be able to do it in time, but just in case I'm gonna pull up the strategy guide. Trials, Stormblood. Okay, I've done the Great Hunt, so I can mark that as done. And Hellskeer Suzaku, there it is. Cremate. Tankbuster. Screams of the Damned, room by day. Spread out markers, easy. Birds. Revive and tether to a player. Group them in the center and burn them. Okay. Phoenix down, neck and nails. Burn the center of one stuck there. Seems easy. Phase 2, the DDR phase. What does that even mean? Orbs and circles. One circle each, facing the direction your arrow points to light up the circle. Dance Dance Revolution. Uh-oh. I have to... Oh, goodness. Phase 3. This refrain, knockback, colors plus rotating bird. One orb in each section matches the section color glyph. Bird flies into the orb, that section explodes. Do not be there. Okay. A line of orbs somewhere on the arena. As bird flies through each orb, the corresponding section explodes. Do not be there. Right. Then we have meteors and well of flames. Goodness. Seems like there's a lot going on. But nothing that sounds too complicated. Alright. I will go and do the cursed questline so that we may find group quickly. If not, I'll just do like another 10 minutes and then I'll call it for today. I did sleep a bit more yesterday, you know, last night, but still not enough. I don't know why I still woke up fairly early. If it is as you say, it is most unfortunate, but I suppose we did everything in our power, and that is all one could ask. I still do not understand. Why would Lady Fran send Asgard on this wild Pysa chase if she knew from the start it would be for naught? That's a good question. Morgan mentioned something about Fran proving a point to their leader, whomever that may be. She's a princess. People in position of power can prove both naive and stubborn creatures. Simply telling a leader she is wrong may not convince her of the fact. Seeing her own plan fail, however, is not the best medicine. Naive and stubborn, then the resistance is doomed. If a person as imposing as Fran is taking orders from her, then chances are this leader is even worse. Kupo? I'll be not so certain, Mont Blanc. My guess is that the individual in question is still quite young and inexperienced, and that Lady Fran is trying to teach her to be an effective leader through example. By allowing her to make her own mistakes, Fran is granting her the ability to learn and grow from them, an experience that will ultimately benefit her when the time comes to make some truly difficult decisions. Now, I seem to recall reading that one of the many faces of the resistance before the recent quelling was a young girl of royal blood. Do you suppose? You may cease with your baseless presumptions, defector. Well, the door was open. And you will be? I will be here on orders from the leader of Lentesteers, against my better judgment, mind you. Greetings, Lady Fran, I presume? I'm Genomes Sen Lexantel, principal of the Majestic Theatre Company. You and your colleagues are most welcome on the Prima Vista. What is your leader would have of us? While you failed in meeting even a single of our demands, she recognizes that you were sincere in your attempts to see them fulfilled, and for that effort you are to be compensated. That is most generous. Alright. The ruins which you seek are hidden behind a waterfall here, a point roughly equidistant from the river source and its delta. Where is that? Yangsha? Oh, okay. Yeah, but thanks, Lady Fran. We'll not forget this kindness. Father, I shall plot a course immediately. Immediately? Ramza? What's going on here? Alma, you should be in bed. I've slept enough, brother. Tell me, who are our guests? It appears you once again prepare a leap into danger's maw. Keep your wits about you, Asgard. Lady Fran is strong, but then again, so was Bagamnan. I guess it was. If you'll excuse me. Are you mad? A trip to the surface in your condition. Listen to me, brother. The High Seraph beckons. She speaks to me through the Otius. Uh-oh. That's not good. The what? There is no need to worry. Mikot and I have already devised a plan. I can help clear our family name. Shalayan has no say in this. I'm your father and I insist you remain here on the airship. What would your mother say if I allowed all to befall you? Fall, even. Mother? That is what this is all about, isn't it? What it has always been about. You care not about Ivalice or the Aura name. No, you only seek to use the Aura site to bring Mother back. What? But you haven't been able to do that. You still do not understand how exactly it is that the shards translate one desire into reality. That is where I can help. I can ask the High Seraph. It is she who created the Aura site. Ultima has bid me to come to her place of imprisonment. If we free her, she will reveal unto us the secrets of her creations. That's a terrible idea. Do you hear what you're saying, Alma? If never there was a slightest chance of bringing Mother back, we cannot risk your life in doing so. Your brother is right. We have sacrificed too much already. I cannot bear the thought of losing you. Either of you. It is too late. Uh-oh. And here I thought he was the one that we were... What the fuck is going on? There's a van that dropped off an old lady. I'm so lonely, father. Why must you love Ranza more than you do me? Do not be cozened by your daughter's words, for they are not her own. Help me, Rams. Oh, okay, that's not good. I can feel the curse, guys. I'm telling you, it's about to happen. No, no. Gods forfend. I told you, no one can control the power within those shards. No one. Asgard, here, take this. It might be the only thing that can save Alma, but we must hurry to the monastery. Alright. Alright, everyone. Plot a course for the monastery right now. Come, we leave for the Golmore jungle now. Polite nod. Number 3. One of my better ones. I mean, it looks like I'm always nodding in the same way, but I have like many different nods at this point. Many nuances to my nods. Have I your permission to depart, Asgard? Every moment we tarry here, my sister, she... Of course. Then hold on, I've set the engines to full speed. Actually, I should leave... This was a mistake. I should go to bed. I should have told him no. Not yet. That was a big mistake. Welcome to the land of my people. To be a poor life, I said I did not miss it some. Alright. Is this gonna be a thing now? Alma. Ramza, help me. That was a trap to get the boy as well. Big on. Yo, that actually worked. Alma, Ramza. Are they good? I think broke. Lord of the Invokers, fulfill the ancient covenant, and grant unto me the vessel promised. Well, gain some, you lose some, you know? What just... Woggy, to me. The girl is not well. Might I suggest we continue this back at the Prima Vista, Koopa? Who the hell? That's the original Ramza. Have you the courage to face true evil? That's the protagonist of Final Fantasy Tactics, guys. What are you gulping at? The ship is this way, Kupo. Shut the fuck up, Mont Blanc. I'll skewer you with my rapier and I'll cook you on an open fire. Alright, well, I mean, we don't have a group, really. We only have 2 people of the 8 we need, so I'm gonna abandon the duty. And we'll discover the fate of Good Alma and Ramza next time we do, you know, an off episode of Final Fantasy. It's good though. I like these the side stories for the raids. They're usually really good. And we'll do Suzaku as well another time. Maybe next time we do the main story quest. I'll just queue up for Suzaku while we're at it. But yeah, that's it for tonight, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I will probably be back tomorrow. Have a good day. Have a good night. I'll see you soon. Bye.